Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. In today's show, Computer Wednesday, we're going to talk about Nothing Phone 1. So let's dive right into it. Now, what exactly is the problem that there is this new brand called Nothing? Well, reality is Android manufacturers are becoming just lazy. Meaning, for example, Samsung is the worst offender of it. Is that every time there is a issue, like someone is like, dude, battery is not lasting longer. They're not optimizing the software. They're just popping out a new mobile phone with bigger battery. Like for example, I have a one that has 7,000 milliamp hour battery. So you get that point. Like they're just like lazily trying to fix problems. So fundamentally, that creates an issue where at this point in time, if you ask normal people who don't have to show their status symbol using their phones, they will still say iPhone is flat out king. Not because it has the most horsepower, because flat out, you take a ROG gaming phone, you compare it to the highest and greatest iPhone you can buy, ROG phone will bitch slap iPhone. You take a Samsung Ultra and its telephoto will bitch slap iPhone. So reality is there are many edge cases, not even edge cases at this point, like brute force performance where Androids are flat out amazingly better compared to iPhone. Then why iPhones are selling? Again, remove the status part of it. Again, that's 80% of it. But again, what is that 20% remaining? The fact that it's far well polished infrastructure, meaning you don't think about it. Meaning right now, ROG phones are amazing in gaming. The moment you use their camera, you're like, dude, what the hell? For something that expensive, the camera performance is like, are you serious? So that's the whole thing. People are still considering iPhone as a king system because it's not about horsepower. Be mindful. Most other phones can easily, outclass this puppy, but it's about polish. Meaning, it's not about horsepower in your engine, but it's like how much energy you're deploying into your road, tarmac, basically, like how much grip you have. That's the whole thing. That's why iPhones are so well built. And people at this point in time, what they want is quality, not oomph. Not they're like, my phone is a brick because it's like 7,000 milliamp hour battery. Like, how about you give me something, let's say 5,000, but you make sure it lasts long simply because you are optimizing things. You are making sure there is no background drain. You're polishing those things rather than just brute forcing it. How about like you polish it? How about you make it better? Or heck, if I have 7,000, how about if the battery lasts 3 days? But it does not. That's the whole point. And we want competition flat out. If you are a human living in this world, you want competition in the market, because that's the sole reason why all these companies are becoming good. Why I'm saying Pixel lineup exists, why Samsung exists, and why iPhone is that good. Because flat out, if there were no Android, iPhone also would have been garbage. Because there is competition, because there is like actual do or die mentality. That's why we have such a healthy competition. But at this point, it's reaching a stagnation. So all we end up having is black slabs. Almost all phones just look like a black slab and they have a hole for camera. That's it. So this is a real problem. Stagnation is very brutal for industries. So what about Nothing? Now, Nothing is a new kid in town. Let's be fair. Compared to every other brand, it's like a brand new, and it's made by Carl Pell. Now, if that name sounds familiar, because that's the granddaddy of co-founder basically of OnePlus, and he left in 2020. Now you were like, that should send up red alerts. It's like, dude, that's only 2 years ago. That's the whole thing. So it's a new hardware company. Now be mindful, hardware company simply means they will make multiple things. Let's see what sticks. So they have great PR, meaning there are companies and then there is this guy. This guy's PR level is on such an extraordinary level that nothing, flat out, nothing can even come close to it. Meaning he will give you, he will show you an advertisement and you will pay him to see the goddamn advertisement. That's how great in PR strategy he has. He made these headphones, which are not the amazing thing. But here's the deal, they are good enough. That big critical aspect, good enough. But here's the deal, the way he marketed that, flat out everybody was comparing this $99 product to $200 product or $300 product. And when people are like, dude, it's not that good, then we were like, dude, it's $100. That's the whole thing. That's the genius strategy of it. Now, why earphones? Simply because the profit margin is ludicrously high. Meaning, if they are selling it for $99, there's a very good chance they are getting raw $30 or $40 even per piece profit. So that's ludicrously high. So their first product release flat out sold like crazy. It's like, don't think about it, just sold like hotcakes. That's amazing. And even their second mobile phone, before it even came out, there was enough hype, enough PR of it that is like, it's gonna sell without any issue. And not to mention, at this point in time in Flipkart, it's already sold out. So reality is, it's amazing in terms of PR. Let other things be other things, but in terms of PR, this guy single-handedly can bitch slap Apple. Apple is just like, mine's bigger than yours, bank balance wise. But other than that, it has not. This like, no, I'm gonna make something that is cheap for poor people and everybody will buy it. That's amazing. That's like a next level thing. So what about this nothing phone here? Now, let me be very clear. For people who want to decide whether I should buy it or not buy it, I will give you a very straight. If you want the most bang for buck, if you want like brute horsepower performance in terms of camera, in terms of gaming performance, don't buy this. Done. Go home. That's it. Is it good? Absolutely. What this company is selling you? Basically, if other companies are giving you more bang for buck, then what this company is offering? What's its USP? It's a very thoughtfully built phone, meaning every aspect, every feature is like somebody sat down. It's like, do we need it? No, we don't need it. Throw it away. Do we need this? Yes. How about we, package it well? So, for example, having wireless charging is not necessary for this sort of price range. And be mindful, Samsung phones at this price range does not have it. Then why did they add it? It gives a feeling of premium nature. Again, it's a bad thing for environment. And again, it's like if majority of people start using wireless charging, we would be wasting few megawatts extra per day for no reason. But we get that point. So they still thought of it, added it properly, and they're like, what if we have reverse wireless charging? Like, why is that important? Well, simply because what if you have wireless chargeable earbuds? Maybe they will release next one, and then you'll just put it on top of here, it will charge it very easily, no issue. So everything, like why they have only 2 lenses, where every other camera company at this point in time, mobile companies, they are like, let's put 5 camera modules. It's like, dude, you barely will have 2 or 3 good modules, other would be garbage. Like, for example, my camera has like 4. Here's the deal. One of them is depth sensor. What the hell it even does? Like, you can block it, it has no effect on autofocus. It's like it's just there for the sake of being there. It's flat out useless. And this is one thing that I have to agree with Apple. It's like, they are like, even though they are an unethical company, they are destroying the planet, they have one good thing. It's like, they do not put unnecessary garbage. It's like 12 megapixel main, 12 megapixels telephoto, 12 megapixel ultra wide. That's awesome. And this company is taking the same inspiration. 50 megapixel main, so you don't have over 12 megapixel. Now, 50 megapixel, 50 megapixel. Now, unfortunately, they still kind of messed it up. One is Sony sensor, one is Samsung. Both should have been the same sensor, so color signature matches. Otherwise, like, they have to do a lot of grinding to do it, and they have not succeeded. They have not succeeded. Flat out, you will find out like output from one would be like, damn. Other from it, like, really? That's it? That's why I specified. If you want most bang for buck, there are other companies. Again, hopefully they will fix it with software horsepower. But at this point in time, you're buying this phone for thoughtful build. You're buying this phone for quality and premium feel. Every aspect of every metal edge, everything is thoughtfully done. Where the antenna lines are there, that's also very thoughtfully done. So that's really good. Now, performance is good. Not class leading, but it's good. Now, why people would buy that? Why there is so much hype for it? It's just not another black slab. Every Tom, Dick and Harry pulls out a phone, it looks like a phone. This phone is the one, look at me. This has that attitude. Look at me, like pay attention to me. And it's not screaming it like, it has like some porn photos on it. It's just like, look at me, like it's some well-built industrial design. And there is another benefit of making something this extreme. It's better to be like, popular rather than to be ignored. So they are like, hey, either you love the design, I love that design, or you may be like, dude, that's the most ugliest thing I've ever seen. Here's the deal, you will still talk about it. That's the whole point. That's what you are buying, nothing phone one for. Everything is thoughtfully done. So perception of this phone is much higher than its actual horsepower. And that's why in all the marketing materials, they will always compare to iPhone, not other Androids. Because there are other Android that will like, bro, I can even beat you in photography. Other phones will like, dude, I can beat you in gaming. So that's why they are focusing on, iPhone only. So what about their aim, what they are trying to do? Now, this is the part that makes me interesting. This is the part that wants me to see them succeed, is that they hired 500 engineers just to polish the damn thing. And this is a very critical aspect. Why the heck Samsung is never looked at the same way as Apple? There is a part of like, mine's bigger than yours, but remove that. What about that remaining 20%? The main thing is that Samsung literally has loose motion, and they are like pooping out mobile models like there is no tomorrow. Like in India, every year there could be at least 44 models active. And I'm talking like a different model. If you have changed the RAM, it's a different model. There is a reason for that. I will explain that. But you have to understand that even if you have 2,000 employees working on their ass off, they cannot polish 40 models. No matter what you do, they cannot fix it. And that's one good thing Apple knows. It's like they will not tamper with their SoC. One SoC for 1 year. Done. Don't think too much about it. RAM, they don't change it. They are like, dude, you want more thing? Go to Pro variant. Everything becomes Pro. You don't think too much. And this is very amazing from a customer point of view. Customer is like, hey, base iPhone works good enough. Don't think too much about it. Pro and iPhone is like, dude, good, don't think too much about it. Now, when you're talking about Android, for example, you can buy a Samsung phone that is mid-range, especially they have really bad loose motion in mid-range. You will have 3 RAM variant option. You can have 4GB, 6GB and 8GB. And for every reviewer, they will get 8GB. So we will show you YouTube variant. It's like, whoa. And the pricing, they will always say starting from this 1,000, let's say 20,000, starting from. And the moment you look at the price of 8GB variant, you're like, dude, that's 30,000. It's like one whole step up. I'm not gonna buy that. And then you're gonna buy the cheapest best one, 4 GB, and you're like, dude, the performance does not match. Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's why you never create a freaking RAM variant. That's one good thing about Apple. It's like, dude, you want more RAM? Go to goddamn Pro variant. Don't think too much about it. Like, they know for a fact that if you are expecting more RAM, you're expecting more oomph. So they're like, okay, even bigger storage module, everything, they boost it up. So that's awesome. This company, not that good, but they only have two. And I have seen other small companies that are starting, they're flat out from beginning, they have like 4 or 5 variants. So 2 submodels, as in like RAM variant. That's acceptable. Not, again, not great, but okay. And they want to be the true Apple of Android, meaning basically what Pixel wants to be. And the target is to become a phone for common people, not for like, elite people. Because if you are an elite gamer, you're gonna buy a ROG phone. There is nothing else that even comes close. Case closed. If you want a camera phone that has like let's say amazing telephoto, you will buy Samsung, case closed. You want a folding phone, you buy Samsung Fold, case closed. So those sort of people are different kind of people. This company is not marketing at that. They're like, dude, normal people, average people who do not have like really GG amounts of pocket, for those sort of people. And they have learned a lot from their OnePlus mistake. Now, primary lesson they have learned, they are no longer fighting on spec sheet. They are fighting on polish. This is the one clear aspect. And that's why design language is so in your face. It's like either you love it, you buy it, or you don't like it and you just forget it. They will never blend in. That's the one thing they have learned with OnePlus. It's like they tried their best, but reality was like, competing on spec sheet, you will get bit slapped by companies that who makes the semiconductor that you're utilizing. You can't beat Samsung on like, display technology simply because Samsung is the one who makes the AMOLED. And that's another thing. This phone does not have really good outdoor visibility because, again, other companies makes their own display. So generally expecting them to like give this puppy everything they have, it's like, again, they can, it's just like pay them. So this is the one point. They are no longer fighting on like highest megapixel, highest this and a highest no, heck, even my mobile phone has like 64 megapixel, but it's garbage. But they are like 50 done, go home, sweet dreams. So they are selling polish. Basically, we're gonna polish this puppy and we're gonna give you a good experience. And with everything, gaming would be good, media consumption would be good, speakers would be good, haptic motors would be good, camera performance would be good, everything would be good. Nothing would be great, but nothing would be bad. It won't be like ROG phone that's like, damn, the gaming is damn. The moment you pull out the camera, it's like, what the hell? Why the heck something that costs more than a flagship is like, such a garbage camera in 2022. So that's the aim about it. They are selling you polish, not spec sheet. So I would approach, like, again, should you buy it or not? I would say wait and watch, simply because there is a lot of growing pain, like a lot of growing pain. I mean, Indian market already starting to receive it. There are a lot of issues where like, dude, this is not working. This part is lagging. This part is getting stuck. That's to be expected. That's one of those things that to be expected. So there are a lot of quality control issues, meaning I have scenarios where there are dirt in the, second panel of glass in the backside. So that looks ugly. And given the fact that you bought it for design, you will expect them, dude, you do it in a clean room, but they are not apparently. Again, I do understand quality control is a big issue. Some people have issues where they have hole punch and the pixels around that hole punch is damaged. That sort of things happen. And I do expect them to sort it out. Again, lively sort it out. As in like batch 1 did not sort it out. Batch 2, some problems sorted out. Batch 3, even more problems sorted out. So I'm expecting that. Now, another aspect is that it's very serious, especially for a glass phone. Sales support is lacking, meaning after sales support. In India, they are saying that we have partnership with, like, you go to their website, they have like this many list. That list is vague, simply because, and not to mention, not to the point. You go to a Samsung warehouse or Samsung support system, it's like they have parts to repair it. Everybody who's trying to, get replacement or anything done, even because it's a glass, it does break. And it's one of those things that's the most common thing to break in day one. It's like you had a phone and somebody slipped it. Linux, there are more than enough Linux in this world. So in those times, they can't replace it because they don't have spare parts for it. So that's an issue. And again, to be expected, they have to sell many, and then they have to figure out like where are the places that people are actually coming to, then supply them with parts. Those sort of things will take time. That's why wait and watch. And lot of software polish is needed because there are 50, again, that was the mistake from their side. I'm pretty sure Sony sensor may have been a bit more expensive, so they have like cut cost and went to Samsung sensor. Again, if they had both Samsung sensor, that would have been awesome. Both Sony sensor, awesome. But having two different one, color matching becomes a hassle. And you can see that people are saying the primary picture, that's good. The moment they go to ultra wide, it's like, what the hell? The same thing. That's why that's one good thing about iPhones. They're like, dude, just put all the three in from the same sensor. Don't do too much about it. Just 12 megapixel, 12 megapixel, 12 megapixel. So a lot of polish still needs to be done, and after a year you will know whether this is a good company or not. Because why Apple has such a good resale value? Simply because they are old enough, they are experienced enough, and they have delivered on their promise of 5-year support after sales, that people are like, dude, it's good. It's good. It's something that people can count on. Can this company deliver? Because be mindful, there have been many companies that came and went, and they're like, dude, we're gonna give you 4 year or 5 year, and after 1 year mark, it's like we have dropped the support. Happened with Nokia recently. So it's one of those things that I would urge you to wait. Again, if you have to buy it, you can buy it. You're not going to regret it too much. But if you can wait, I would urge you to wait, because again, a lot of quality controls will be solved, a lot of early bugs will be fixed, and then we're going to figure it out. Because be mindful, claims are free. Any company can claim anything. Remember, OnePlus used to have never settle, and its OS became so buggy that even my brother, who used to be like a OnePlus fan, is like, yeah, I'm switching to Samsung Ultra. That's the whole thing. Happens. Claims are super easy, free. Delivery is hard. Like, for example, and Mark 1 products are generally always garbage. For example, remember how Mark 1 or Samsung Fold was? It was garbage. But again, Mark 2 improved majority of things. Mark 3, really good fun. I'm seeing Mark 3s in people hand, again, when I'm going to people who have very deep pockets. And this, finally, I'm very happy about this, because this phone is becoming the next big thing, is where it's like, mine's bigger than yours, because you will pull out, oh, you're poor people, you pull out iPhone, I pull out Fold. Mine's really bigger than yours. So I would seriously urge, wait and watch if you can wait and watch. If you don't, if you need best bang for buck, this is not the phone for you. If you want a phone that has good polished experience and something truly unique, go for this. So this was my presentation on basically Nothing One phone. Hopefully you have liked it, learned from it. In that case, please hit the like button, share it amongst your friends. That will help me a lot. If you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, I urge you to press dislike, press it twice to show me extra disappointment. Please leave a comment, because I do try to reply to all of them. Subscribe, press the bell icon if you're free, and as always, thanks for watching.